You also mentioned something, one stop, which is if you work in licensing, you know how much of a trigger that is when a licensing company sees it. They're like, oh yes, like perfect. So what does that mean for those who don't know what one stop means in the licensing world?
So one stop is right now you have permission of legally you've got everything in line because that was another thing I was so unaware when I got into licensing. I thought of all the things that I was totally not aware of when it came to the writing, the publishing side, the master side. So all of those things are saying I and whoever else is involved, we have a legal document saying that we give rights to any of us to pitch this particular song. And if it's good, we can give the green light on behalf of the others because it's a fantastic opportunity. So most of the time, one stop, non exclusive. And so it's all set. And so that's basically what it means. So making sure that legally permission of the writing, publishing, master, all of that.
Yeah,
You've got that in line, and you've got just a little document. And there's so many out there too that you can find
yeah,
that are just like a straight one-stop document. But it is, if you can say and give them documentation that it's one stop, that to them is just like they can breathe easier because your word that oh, it's okay is not going to do it good. Having documentation, however,
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. That's a fact, man. I know a buddy of mine, man. He had an amazing opportunity. It was a 5-figure placement, man, and they were ready to go, bro. But I guess the artist didn't couldn't get in contact with the producer to sign off on stuff. The whole deal fell through.
And I hate, I had one moment like this where someone was signed to a publisher, and I won't mention what that publisher's name was,
Hmm.
but it was a nightmare trying to get through to them. And just like it was, and they were just like, oh, it should be fine. And I'm like, no, 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 this is not, I'm not,
Should be
I'm
fine.
not doing that because I'm going to give them my assurance that everything is clear. And if you can't, and that's where I was just like, no, not
Yeah,
working with that person again. And it's better to have a moment where you just let it go
yeah.
as opposed to saying okay and then burning a bridge with a licensor. Oh, that is a whole nightmare that I would not want to have.
Yeah, because it doesn't necessarily look like it looks bad on them between you and them, but it could mess your relationship up, by just saying yeah it's one stop and then later on finding out that it wasn't, then you have to go back to them. Oh, actually, and they're like, dude, like what? Yeah, so
And it's the same thing. If you've got work for hires, get documentation. Please
yeah,
get documentation because I hear too many stories of people who are like, I paid him, he's a friend. Cool. If he's a friend, he should have no
no
problem signing
problem.
that paper.
Yep.
If he does, that's a red flag, and that's not a good friend.
Yeah, exactly, man. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen, man.